Panagdait sa tanan, and welcome back to Practical Research 1. Before we can proceed to our new lesson, let's have a recap. On our previous lesson, for our first lesson rather, we talked about research and we learned about its nature, significance, and characteristics. We later defined the two types of research design, qualitative and quantitative research. In this subject, we'll be focusing more on qualitative research. That's why last meeting we discussed the characteristics, nature, and significance of qualitative research. Our topic for this lesson is about identifying the inquiry and stating the problem. For our objectives, at the end of the lesson, you are expected to select a topic, write the problem statement and purpose statement, state the research questions, describe the scope and limitation of the study, discuss the significance of the research study, and write the title of the research study. The very first step that we need to take in conducting a research is to find a research topic. Take note that topic refers to the focus of our research. Unsa may focus ato ang research. So, sources of research topics. These slides is actually intended for those having difficulties in determining a research topic. So, some of us magod is galisod pa ug una-una kung unsay topic nila. So, as those who have taken research before, so take this as a guide, no, in order for us to find a research topic. So, you might ask the recommendation from an expert, a professional, or a student that is ahead of us. So, take research as just like any other subjects. When we experience difficulties in our assignments, so we tend to ask the aid of adults. So, same ra siya sa research. If not the difficulties while conducting it, so we are always free to ask the help of our teacher or other experts. Aside from that, specifically when we are looking for a topic, so we can actually ask the aid of the professionals. Things you are interested in. Think about the things that would arouse your curiosity. So it could be anything, no, kaning topic, pwede ni siya social media, pwede kayong Mobile Legends, anything that you are interested in. So, nganong importante man nga interesado ka sa imuhang topic. So, research is indeed very difficult. Kapoy kay na siya buhaton and it needs time and hard work. Um, if ever we are interested in our topic, the burden will be lessened compared to a topic that is dili gyud ta ganahan, so kapoy gyud siya buhaton. Observe problems that people experience in your surroundings. So, if dili ka ganahan og topic nga interesado ka, you might also as well observe your surroundings, your home, neighborhood, community, society, or the locality where you belong. Unsa may mga problems that people experience. So, it could be the difficulties in internet connection, pwede kay na siya, or pwede pod mga chismosa nato nga silingan, pwede kay na siya nato i-topic. Read newspapers or research articles. So, for us, ang research manggod, pwede na siya mga issues. So, basically, we can always search for the news, look in the news kung unsay mga hot topic karon. Or, pwede ta mo basag research articles. So, in fact, we can use research articles, the titles of a research article as our own title. Tagaan lang to siya gamay revision. Let's say inyong nabasa nga research article is ang title niya is The Perception of Adults to Mobile Games. Pwede kay na siya usbon. What if gusto nato siya i-apply sa teenagers? So pwede nato siya i-revise the perception of teenagers to mobile games. Attend conferences or seminars. The last one is actually intended for those people nga interesado kay research. Bale, imagine mag-take gyud kag time mo attend og conference or seminar just to learn kung unsa ning research. You might encounter other people who are interested in research and you might learn from each other, no? And then you might gather ideas kung unsa tong mga nindot nga topic karon. Research topics actually has two kinds. The first one is local, regional, national, and international topics. So, depende no kung sa atong topic if it is applicable sa local lang, meaning to say, this topic can only be applied in the place where you live, sa inyong barangay or sa inyong city. For example, in Pagadian City, we have a very unique tricycle. Our tricycle is very different from other tricycles in other cities. So we can use our tricycle as a topic. Regional, what are those issues that can be that the whole region 9 can relate to? National, the Philippines, we're living in the Philippines. So what are those topics, issues, or problem that is very relevant to our nationality, such as the use of Tagalog as our national language. Pwede kay na siya nato matopic for national, under national because everyone in the Philippines, living in the Philippines can speak Tagalog. International topics refers to those topics that is used that is very applicable outside the Philippines. Example ani nga topic is the effects of snow to vehicles. So syempre walay snow ang Philippines so dili gid ka relate ana but it is true in other countries. The second type of research is the theoretical and practical topics. So, very opposite kay ni silang duha. When we say theory, these are the things that we need to be that still needs to be proven, such as the theory of evolution or the Big Bang theory. I'm not sure if how you can do it. That is just an example, no? You will be testing a theory whether it is right or not such as katong Big Bang Theory. Okay, kamo na bahala unsaon ninyo na siya pag-test. Aside from that, there are lots of theories pod no nga wala ka ko na mention. Practical topics, this refers to topics that is already true. Tinuod na siya. Kung si theory is mura siya hypothesis, si practical topics, these are the topics which is proven. This refers to mga issues bitaw or mga issues or mga topics that is applicable to real life situations. Criteria of a good research topic. So, syempre, there are times that we can list down lots of topics. So, siguro, dili lang kay isa ang topic atong mahuna-unaan since we learned that topic should be of our interest and I'm sure daghan kay taganahan kay buhaton. So, daghan tag nasulat dira. Some may wrote there Mobile Legends, TikTok, Facebook, and usually, kung mag-research topic, ang favorite gid sa mga students is kanang AIDS, HIV, premarital sex, and so on. So how can we say or how can we select the best topic to choose? Siyempre, isa ra man gud atong pilion. So unsaon nato siya pagpili? So in this slide, naatay criteria. If ever mo meet ning mga criteria kani nga mga standards mo meet siya ato nga certain nga topic. Therefore, you should stick with that topic. So, the very important one is a topic that you like. So, be sure that you really like that topic. Second, a topic that other people like. So, therefore, it is not enough nga interesado ka sa imong topic. We need to make sure that there is more people than you nga interesado ana nga topic because remember research is about finding solution to certain problems that the majority face. So if ikaw rin naka-face ana nga problem, I do not think that ay muhang research is your research will not be significant. Then a topic that is doable, meaning to say it can be achieved by the given limited of time, for example, or in your area lang. Since students pa man mo, so you should select topics that is applicable or that is achievable by you. So siguro dili ta magbuhat atong theoretical nga research no about Big Bang theory or human evolution because I think that would take a lot of time jud. So dili pa siya doable. A topic that is current. So we need to make sure that our topic is abreast, updated, on time, bali latest nga topic bitaw for reasons such as it will arouse the interest of the people. Unsa may mga topic or issues that is timely. Okay, it could be the COVID-19, lockdown, quarantine, new normal. So, I know, dugay-dugay na ni siya nga issue, but until now, it's still a hot topic. A topic that is relevant to your field of specialization. This is very important, no? You need to make sure that the topic you are conducting is kanang makarelate bitaw ka. Like for example, if you are a teacher, you need to make sure that the topic you are conducting is related to that field of teaching. So lisod kaayo nga teacher ka tapos imuhang gi-conduct nga research is about sa engineer, about sa architect, about sa mga marines, and so on. Same ra na siya sa inyuha as students. Unsa may specialization ninyo? What I am referring to is which strand are you under? So you are in the HUMS strand, I think. So if HUMS mo, therefore, your topic should be related to the public. The beneficiary of that will be the public, the society, the community, the government, and so on. If you have noticed, there are some students conducting research nga naa sila experiment, nag-conduct silang experiment, naapay mga napa sila yung mga gipang mugna dira kanang gipang build. That's because siguro under to sila sa STEM nga strand. If you are under STEM, so daghan kaayot sila mga buhaton nun such as mag-experiment, there are times that they need to build something and then praktikalan maguna dapat ilahang outcome. Okay? So let us now proceed to the next step, writing the background of the research study. So before ta mo proceed ani, we need to make sure nga nanatay topic nga nasulat or napili. So kani nga slide, it will talk about the background of the research study. Kani siya, it can be seen in the very first chapter. Mo yun ay kinaunhan natong buhaton after sa topic. The introduction, no, or the background of the research. So it should have at least 3 paragraphs, no? In your first 1 to 3 paragraphs, you need to write about the background of the study. Unsay background of the study? This refers to your topic. Write a very um, organized background sa inyong topic. For example, our chosen topic is Mobile Legends. Write a few backgrounds lang and make sure nga kanang information that you will input is based from a legit source. And to make sure nga legit siya, you need to add reference. So, for example, according to, this is just an example ha, according to Justin Romer, 2020, Mobile Legends began in China, tapos mag-add na din kaglain nga mga information that is gathered from different sources. So again, dapat natay mga references. So unsa may mga isulat sa background of the research study? Background sa inyong topic. Kano siya sa nag-start? This is just an example. When siya nag-start, the population, kung pilay gagamit sa Mobile Legends, unsa siya ka-trending karon, and other information. And then place your research to within a bigger context. So dili enough nga history ra sa Mobile Legends atong i-input. We should also input informations nga naga-proof nga trending gyud ang Mobile Legends. Again, we need to make sure nga atong information isulat is based from a legit source, hence dapat natay reference. For instance, identify strong findings that other researchers have written about in the past that help people understand why your topic is important. So, with the help manggod of the references, it will make your research more eligible, more reliable. There are times pod nga some topics, usahay magod ang ubang topics is bag-o. Meaning to say, wala pa'y nakakandak og research ana before. So therefore, you should include literatures or other documents that is related sa inyong topic. Dili exactly the same sa iyong topic. You can also add informations that are related. For example, if you cannot find any research about Mobile Legends, then proceed to literatures regarding mobile games because Mobile Legends is considered as a mobile game. In the background of the research study, give specific facts that have been documented about your research. Here is a concrete example for us to further our understanding. So let's say that our topic is effective parental involvement in school activities. So very long kayong topic, no? So therefore, ang topic, it does not really necessarily nga one word ra siya. Dili necessary nga one word ra tong topic. It may be in a form of a sentence as long as masabtan gid siya. So kani it is very clear no kung say topic effective parental involvement in school activities. Lantawon nato kung giunsa niya pag-introduce, pagsulat og background ani nga topic. So at the very first statement, education plays an important role in life at the personal, local, national, and international level, according to Bloom 2017. So if you've noticed in the first sentence, iyahang information is about education. So which is actually accurate because related siya sa topic. 'Di ba tong topic is about school activities and education is part siya sa tuang school activities or under gid siya, related kay sila. And then we've also included here the reference Bloom 2017. So every time mag-add tag sentence sa tuang research, kada sentence dapat naatay reference. Okay? So, to continue, a country without education is usually a country without a future. So, nana Japon tay reference. And then the United Nations 2010 stipulates that access to primary education is a human right. If you've noticed in the first three sentences, gi-introduce gid niyag taman ang topic, particularly in the importance of education. At the last sentence, we can no longer see any references there. Wala na yung nakaparenthesis, diba? That is because, aside from the information gathered, you should also put information or the opinion of the researchers. So, kaning last nato nga sentences kay these are the opinions of the researchers. So, no need to add references. Guided nga, opinion na siya and then it belongs to the last na gyud nga part sa paragraph. This may explain why education is probably one of the most common activities of children all around the world. And then, do not forget to make a connection kada sentence. So if you are a person who is really good in understanding and comprehension, you might notice that each sentence has their own is connected. So walay nagkatibulaag nga information and for me it is very well organized. Dali ra kay siya masabtan. Due to the major role of education, due to the major role education plays in the life of children, parents are expected to be involved in their children's education. Let us now proceed to the next one, writing the problem statement. So, unsa may problem nato sa tuang topic? Bali, in this part, mangita tagbikil sa tuang research, sa tuang topic. Okay, one or few paragraphs that pinpoint the exact problem that you plan to focus on. It must be directly linked to your topic and to your purpose statement. So, syempre, dapat atong problem nga i-input diri is related sa topic. So, i-avoid ta ng kuan ha, dili related, such as atong topic is Mobile Legends, tapos pag-abot sa problem ato ang gi-focus is ang TikTok. So, dili na siya pwede. Okay, it also starts with a general background and ends with one or more sentences that state clearly what the problem is. So in this part, you should also need to add an introduction. The introduction should consist a general background or should I say the same information nga atong gi-input kaganina siguro magkuha ka gamay nga information dadto and then i-restate nimo siya diri sa introduction sa problem statement. Meaning to say, dili nimo siya i-copy paste but with the same idea but stated in a different manner. An example of this is sa tong topic nga Mobile Legends, again pangitaan nato na siya bikil ani nga slide. Unsa may problem nga pwede nato ma-encounter in Mobile Legends nga topic. Let's say our problem is the students are setting aside their school activities because of Mobile Legends. Nagadula ra sila Mobile Legends tapos set aside na nila ilang module. So that is a very serious problem, no? So for a more concrete understanding, let's check the example. So ato ang example diri is sumpay ra kaganina so that we will not have difficulties. So again, Ato ang topic is effective parental involvement in school activities. So unsa kay problem sa ato ang researcher about ani nga topic. Okay? So syempre, naa siya introduction. And again, the introduction must be somewhat connected to the very first information nga atong gi-input kaganina in the previous slide. Itong sa background of the research. So magkuha tag gamayng information dito, i-copy nato ang idea but i-paste na to diri written in a different manner. The importance of education is evident in daily life. To get a job, someone must show that he or she has learned the required skills pertaining to that job. As what you've noticed, the researcher made sure in this sentence nga magets sa readers kung unsa ka importante ilahang topic or ang education. Okay? Let's proceed to the part nga gi-mention nila ang problem. Nanay siya sa last dapat. Although Salazar 2016 states that children do well at school if their parents regularly help them, so nag-state pud sila fact no because naa sila'y gigamit nga reference. Accordingly, mao to siya information giibutang. So although according to Salazar daw, um, mas nindot og performance ang students if motabang ang parents sa ilaha. But although knowing that, still daghan gyapong parents ang dili motabang sa pag-study sa mga children. So that is the first problem nila. Okay, no research study has been conducted at the selected school to know exactly why parents of these children are not involved in their children's schoolwork. So this is actually very true no in our situation right now. Parents are actually not helping their students or their children with their studies. I can say nga true ni siya based on our experience. From the previous semester, there are some more daghan dili gyud ay some. Most students tend to submit their modules very late. And unsa ilang reason nganong malate sila submit, according nila niha, dili sila katrabaho silang module because daghan silang work ginabuhat sa balay. So by that example, tinuod gyud ning research nga tong gibasa. Parents dili sila mo help sa study silang bata. Kay supposedly na-adjay allocated time ang students nato for their studies. Okay? Let's proceed to the next slide. Writing the purpose statement. Meaning to say, you will write a paragraph which states the purpose or significance of your study. Unsay purpose ani niya. Okay, once you have clearly stated your topic, okay, the background, the problem, you are in a strong position to state the purpose of your research study. So, atong una buhaton is the topic, then background sa tuang topic, then another paragraph for that will state the problem sa tuang topic, unsay bikil nato sa tong topic. And then the next one is to write a paragraph stating the purpose of your research study. Unsay significance ana nganong kailangan siya i-conduct. Again, remember that all these components must be clearly interconnected. So therefore, si purpose of the research must be connected kay problem. Si problem must be connected kay background and si background must be connected sa topic. If you've noticed, kada slide nato natay letters. So, right now, naata sa letter D, writing the purpose statement. If nakabantay mo, atong kinaunan is nag-A ta, followed by B, C, and karon sa letter D. This is to emphasize the importance of the step-by-step process. Some students are having difficulties in research kay nagalaktaw-laktaw sila. Siguro unahon nila himo si letter D, aya sila ning proceed kay letter B. So mao nay isa ka sayop nga ginabuhat sa ubang students and hopefully dili nila siya buhaton. Take this just like mura ra ni eskwela ta, di ba dili man ta mo diretso high school? Moadto pa man tag elementary aya ta mag high school. Unsa may mahitabo kung mo diretso tag high school? So there will be it will be a total chaos for the student kung madaritso siya high school guided nga wala siya nag elementary or wala siya prior knowledge sa mga topics nga gi-discuss sa elementary. Masyak guro kayo siya sa mga topics pag-abot og high school. In your purpose statement, so unsa may ipangsulat sa tong purpose statement, which can be 1 to 3 paragraphs, you need to state again some background information and then clearly state in 1 to 3 sentences why you want to conduct your research study. Actually, kani bitang mga paragraphs nato balik-balik ra gyud ang ubang informations ani. So kaganina sa ato ang problem, gimension nato balik atong background dadto. Pag-abot aning purpose statement, i-mention na pod nato balik ang background sa tuang topic, but still written in a different manner. Because, okay, this is why it is very important nga i-step by step nato aron ma-maintain ato ang connection. Okay, your purpose should directly be focused on addressing the research problem that you have just stated in the previous step. So, let's proceed to the next slide para for the concrete example para mas masabtan nato. Effective parental involvement in school activities. So again, sumpay ra ni siya atong previous nato nga example. The role of parents in their children's academic success is an important that ignoring it can lead to some risk for their children. So ilahang first sentence is state ning diretso na sila sa kuan, important sa parents involvement sa schoolwork sa student, but still a very good introduction siya, no, because connected gyapon siya to the background of the research. Okay, parents need to understand this role and be guided in how to support their children's academic journey. Okay, diri na niya gi-state iyang purpose. The purpose of this study is to explore the reasons why many parents do not help their children in their schoolwork. So therefore, na sila duha ka purpose. Ang first one is to determine unsay rason nganong si parents dili motabang sa schoolworks ni student. Ang second one is what is found in the study, recommendations will be made that can help parents to be more involved in their children's school activities. So ilahang second purpose is to provide a recommendation for those parents nga dili gyud motabang sa ilahang mga bata in terms of school works. So I hope na gets na to ang purpose statement, no, from dali ra man siya sabton from the title palang daan, purpose statement. So, meaning, magbutang kag informations that will explain kung unsay gamit or purpose or unsay reason nganong kani inyuhang research topic nga gibuhat. Stating the research question. So, dali ra kayo, no? So, murag bag-o ra tagahimog topic, naabot na tag research questions. Okay? Each question should be unique. Do not state two questions in one. Okay, so kanisang una, each questions must be unique. Be sure nga ang question nato is not homogeneous, or meaning to say dili siya parehas. Namang goy ubang question nga pare-parehar na ubang questions that is written in different using different words but the meaning or the thought is the same. So medyo balik-balik magud siya and then mahulog siya nga repetition of answers or the data collection. So be sure na each question nga atong i-provide is different from each other but still connected sa tuang problem or questions that must address or help solve the problem. Do not state two questions in one. For example, in item number 1, dapat isa lang ka question atong ibutang. So, one question at a time lang ta per number. No question should have subsections in qualitative research, although this is allowed in quantitative research. Altogether, you should have 3 to 5 research questions. So, at least 3 questions and a maximum of 5 research questions. At least one question, preferably the last one, should help address the selected problem. All the research questions should be written clearly and concisely. So at least one question lang yun ang mudaritsog relate sa tuang problem. At least one. Okay, for example, ato ang problem is katong sa Mobile Legends, ang students giset aside na niya ang school activities because magdula na lang siya ML. So unsaon man nato na siya para mo direct ug makadirect siya na nga problem. So we could easily state sa question, why do you tend to set aside your schoolworks just to play Mobile Legends? So by that, prangka kay siya nga question, and the research participants has no choice but to answer that certain question. All the research questions should be written in the third person, not the first or second person. So, unsay pasabot ani? So, you should use words such as he, she, they, and so on. So, dili ta mo gamit na ng I, or you, or ana. Let's proceed to the next one, stating the research questions. So, how can we, kani siya, here is an example no of the research question. Katong topic Japon nato. The first one, what role does parent involvement in their children's school activities play in the children's academic success? So again, atong problem ani nga research, um, dapat at the question should always address the problem. But if you've noticed, the first question is dili kay siya, although there is a connection to the problem but dili siya diretso. That is because preparatory pa man ni siya. Okay, preparatory pa ni siya. Again, ato ang problem ani nga topic is, why does some parents do not help their children with their schoolworks? Okay, mo na yung first nga problem. Let's proceed to the second question. Why are many parents are not actively engaged in their children's school activities? So, diri na ning gawas ato ang relationship ni, diri na ning prangka si question sa ato ang problem. Number three, what impact does this lack of involvement have on their children's education? So, related ka siya sa problem. What practical strategies can be used to get parents more involved in their children's school activities? Si number 4 is also a direct question sa tuang second nga problem, which is to give, sa tong second nga purpose, to give recommendation to parents who do not help the schoolworks with their children. So, si number 4 is ning connect ka siya ato. So, upat ra to ang research questions diri because ato ang minimum questions magod is 3 and ato ang maximum of question is 5 only. So, I hope nga nasabtan ra ang research question no. Anyway, dali ra jud kay siya buhaton. Discussing the scope of the research. Unsa may pasabot aning scope? Um, Kanis scope, this is actually a very easy one to make. Let's read the definition lang. You need to present a clear picture where your research study will take place and what will be included and not included. Bale, scope, this is where you write the information about the location, asa man mo mag-conduct sa research. In my case, I will ask the students to insert a screenshot sa Google Classroom sa location sa atoang environment, such as for example, magkanda ka sa imong research sa St. Columban College. Pangita ang St. Columban sa Google Map and then screenshot siya. That ma-include dapat tong kuan mga street names and then i-insert, i-attach din siya sa tuang research. The delimitation could include the socioeconomic context, time, place, or location, the position, and other indicators that help to specifically place your research study in a specific setting. So you need to be very specific. Atong example nato nga St. Columban College, aside from the photo of the Google Map, you also need to add information, background information lang pud sa tuang environment such as the history, unsa siya year nag-start, unsa nang St. Columban College, i-explain na, i-define na siya. You could also add the information such as the number of or the population of students, population of teachers, unsa na siya nga school, unsa na siya klase nga school, is it private or public, Catholic or not, and so on. Okay, here is an example of a scope. You might take a screenshot lang. This is very easy to understand. Dili na nato siya i-explain. Dali ra ni siya sabton. Basahan na lang ninyo and makasabot na mo diretso. Limitation of the research. Kung si scope is nag-talk siya kung ga-define ra siya sa location, gi-define niya kung kinsa tong mga included sa research. Si limitation of research, iya pong i-describe kung kinsa tong dili included. and i-explain niya nganong wala sila na-appeal sa research. To make it clear, basahon sa nato ha, limitations are the expected weaknesses or shortcomings of the study. So weaknesses in the sense nga wala man to nimo sila na-appeal, so mo na weakness sa imuhang research. Some of these could be factors that have to do with limited funds. So there are times no nga dili nato ma-conduct ang research properly because kulang tag kwarta. So there are research manggod nga research topic that needs a very large amount of participants, especially participants coming from different areas. So there are times nga dili nato kayang wala tay budget to travel, therefore ato ang ma-interview lang is katulang makaya natog adto. Limited time. So in our case as students, karon ra man ni nga semester maghimog research, one semester raman siya. So atong limitation is the time pod kay dili kay nato fully ma cover tanang information. And again, a research needs enough time biya gyud. Limited skills. So syempre, you are still students. You are not the teachers are actually not expecting you to make a very nindot kaayo nga research output. The purpose of our research lang is to input you with skills and informations on how to create a proper research. Preparation na rin ni siya. Limited resources, limited number of participants, limited scope, and the like. When you state your limitations clearly, you actually strengthen your research study. For each limitation, it is important to briefly state why you will not be or were not able to do what you know you should be done for. That should be done. To make things clearer, lantaon na itong example. Okay, limitation of the study. It could be important for this study to compare the results of the public school with the results from a private school. Because as mentioned in the scope, isa ra man ka school ilang gikandak nga research tapos public pag yun ilang napili. So since ato ang kuan manggod topic is about the parental involvement sa school activity sa bata, wala man siya ga-mention kung private school lang o public school. So mo tay sayop silang title. Mo nang appeal siya sa limitation because supposedly dapat natay participants coming from the private o public school. But since dili nila makayag buhat ang duha, isa ra man ka school ang kaya ma-interview, so gi-include nila sa limitation. It is stated here nga ilang first nga weakness is shortcoming nila is isa ra ka school ilahang na interview, which is a very good way no to state that kay mas makapanagang sila daan ba, especially kung naay panel, kung mangutanang panel, so dili na nila i-include nga question. However, due to the time limitation, I will not be able to include any private school. Sige, limited magud ang time as students, so katurad yung makaya nato ato ang dapat mabuhat. Data collection will be focused on interviewing only parents. Okay, gi-mention nila diri nga parents ra daw ilahang gi-interview. Where in fact sa topic palang daan parental involvement in the school activities of the students. So as although very important kayong ma-interview ang parents ani, need man pod ma-interview gyud ang students. Aside from that, point of view pod sa teachers are very important. So but limited man ang time, so gi-mention nato siya diri nga data collection will only be focused on interviewing the parents. So walay labot si student and teacher because napotay reason dire. So okay, they are the ones who can provide the best information about the problem, which is true. Teachers could also provide some good insights, but they will not be included because I decided to focus on the parents. So this is the nature of the limitation of the study. I-mention nimo tong mga wa ninyo nga buhat, pero maghatag mo concrete nga reason nganong wala ninyo siya nga buhat. Dapat rational po inyong information nga gibutang. Although students may also have some input, so although ang estudyante daw need sila i-interview, they will not be included. Di sila ma-include. Because, so naayod siya reason nga nung dili ma-include si student. They may not know exactly what their parents go through when these children are at school. So in conclusion, si limitation of this study, although mga weaknesses ni siya sa inyong research ang naka-input diri, this could indeed make your research stronger, especially kung mag-defend na mo. This is actually a very good way nga magkuan mo daan, makapanagang mo daan sa inyuhang research. Okay, stating the significance of the research study. Significance. Unsa may important sa tuang research study? In stating the significance of your research study, you need to show how your study will improve people's lives, work, their behavior, etc. So meaning, si significance, this you will input here information kung kinsa tong maka-benefit sa tuang research and in magbutang po og definition stating in what way siya maka-benefit to this certain group of people. For example, katong Mobile Legends, i-mention nimo diri nga ang maka-benefit ani niya is the teenagers. And then, i-mention siya in what way sila maka-benefit. Aside from the teenagers, pwede po datong parents. I-mention na po nga nung maka-benefit ang parents. Another one is the teachers, in what way maka-benefit si teacher, and so on. Okay, here is an example. Take a screenshot na lang because this is very easy to make, kaning significance of the study. Writing the title of the research study, if nakabantay mo, karon pa ta naghimog title. Where in fact, mostly sa mga research, magkandak og research, unahon gyud ang topic followed by the title, which is also good, but much better kung ilas na to ato ang research title. Ngano man, there are times manggod nga maglibog ta sa tuang research title. If isulat mo na to daan atong research title, the informations that we will gather is kitay mo adjust and that will be very difficult for us. Whereas, kung magbutang tadag information, ang title na mismo ang mo-adjust sa nag-gather nga information. At least, naka-gather na kag information before kaga input sa title. Whereas, nag-input kag title, specific na kaayo mismo imuhang i-research nga nga documents. Keep the following in mind when writing your title. Include the major key concepts of your topic. So, an idea about the participants, context, and idea about the research design. So, dapat ma-mention na to atong participants, the context. Og, context meaning to say the location or something related ana, the location of the research to be conducted, kung asa siya i-conduct, an idea about the research design. So, is it qualitative or quanti, but written in a different manner. So, i-check natin na siya niya. Keep it to 10 to 15 words only, but actually, the shorter the title, the better. You can use a colon to divide the title into two parts. Don't use a sentence form, a period, or question mark at the end. So remember, title ni siya. Don't use the actual name of people or location of your study. This is an unethical practice. So i-avoid na to ng naming. Dili ta mag-include og names. So for example, atong topic is effective parental involvement in school activities. Unsa kay nindot nga title ani? So kinsa may participants na to ani? So the first participants is the parents, stated na siya sa topic. Tapos school activities. So siguro sa school gyud ni siya mag iyahang context. So ilang taon na to? Tong title diri is Getting Parents More Involved in School Activities in Cavite, Philippines, a Case Study. So, kung kabantay mo, ilang title is Getting Parents More Involved. So, meaning to say, it is a verb. So, bale, nakastate na pod iyahang goal nga, di ba, appeal man to sa purpose to provide information or recommendations aron to help the parents be more involved sa tuang schoolwork sa mga bata. So the title itself speaks one of the purpose of the study. So which is a very good title because nagbasa pa lang gets na din kaayo sa mubasa sa readers kung unsa iyahang title about, unsay content sa iyahang research. Okay, that would be the end of our discussion today. I hope you learn a lot. Be sure to check your activities and answer it before the expiration date. Once it expires, you will no longer be able to access it. And then, if for questions, you may contact me using the contact informations that I provided. Thank you, class, for coming, and hope to see you again next meeting. Goodbye.